This week on AYL, Tonya and I are showing off an event that takes horsepower to new heights. Reece and Marianne are adventuring to an old town known for its hot springs, and Brett Hermanson is finishing off jamboree season with a bang.
Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Tonya Huntsman.
And I'm Scott Huntsman.
And we're at Planes and Horsepower today.
Well, come on, airplanes. Everybody's got to love airplanes. Ever since I was a wee lad, knee-high to a grasshopper, I've loved airplanes. And, you know, even as an adult, you give me a toy airplane and I'm flying that, yeah, I'm making airplane noises. And
the whole point of the show is to celebrate, it's planes and horsepower, so it's celebrating the shared pedigree between aircraft and automotive. And a lot of it, stems back to Detroit, especially during the war years. It's kind of a big occasion for us. It started at very humble beginnings 10 years ago. And as you can see, more people are coming out every year. You can see all sorts of cars, and that's what I love about it, seeing every vintage, every classic car.
Well, it was a 1950 Ford Custom Deluxe four-door. My son, his boss loved this particular group out here, and he passed away, and my son said, hey, we got to come out here in honor of John. So we're here in John's honor to come back and have the car posed with the Navy Hellcat that's here is the same color as my car, so it made a nice combination.
We've got a lot of Camaros here again. I love the Camaros. You know me, I'm a Camaro girl. And that is awesome to take pictures with planes with the cars, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, and the best part about this too, and this is up at the Heber Valley Airport, up here, McDonald Field, Heber Valley Airport. And not only do we have the vintage cars here, but we got vintage old aircraft as well. So trust me, the little kid in me is just going crazy. You're
and
gonna
he
have...
wants to drive in one, ride in a plane.
I do.
No, they're too old.
No.
And they don't have AC at all. No AC.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is a show. It raises money for the Commemorative Air Force wing here in Utah, which they have a beautiful museum up here.
Lots of history in there.
There is so much history, and there's so much history about even some of the local people who flew some of these aircraft in World War II.
We even get boats sometimes. We get Peterbilts. We get, you see that big truck out there. Even get other aircrafts. Car people too, they appreciate how a restoration project goes. It's a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it always takes you longer than anticipated.
Tonya, I am like a giddy little kid here.
I know, like a kid in a candy store.
I know, I'm just jumping. I want to jump in all these airplanes. I just want to go.
No, they're dangerous.
No, they're not.
We can go look at them.
Oh, wow.
And while we do that, you guys go check this out.
I'm Reece Stein at your leisure at Strawberry Hot Pools, one of the must-do attractions on a getaway to Steamboat Springs, Colorado. Renowned as a winter sports mecca, the summer season is also boom time for this ancient native hunting grounds. The city of Steamboat Springs was founded in 1874, and ski jumping inaugurated the snow sports industry in 1913. The other seasons draw a multitude of folks, including Marianne and her brother Jim Taylor, looking for an escape. There's river running, or fishing on the scenic Yampa, or walking and biking on the 7-mile-long paved trail along the river. And midway, exit the trail and enter the back door to the Yampa River Botanical Gardens. This 6-acre sanctuary of 40 gardens, ponds, and sculptures provides a serene, meditative experience amid the colorful flowers and native trees. Back on the Yampa River Core Trail, discover hot springs, including the original Steamboat Spring, whose engine-like chugging sound first drew visitors. Several springs are developed into wonderful, relaxing soaking pools. Our favorite is Strawberry Hot Springs in the mountains 7 miles from town. Several rock-lined pools of varying degrees of comfortable warmth in an unbeatable natural forest setting.
I think it's amazing. I've never been at a place like this, so it's really just breathtaking.
It's relatively natural. I mean, you can tell there's some things that are man-made, but a lot of it you can tell the hot water comes right out the mountain and into all the pools here.
$20 for a 2-hour session, or you can stay the night in a delightful wagon. The nearby mountains offer more fun and lots of beauty. The Fish Creek Falls National Recreation Trail is maybe the area's most popular hike, especially for families. From the lower falls, it's a 4.5-mile out and back to the upper falls. The 36-mile drive up the scenic Elk River Canyon past browsing deer through rolling farmlands and dense forests reveals the true western heritage of the area, past an early visitor from up north. Dramatic Hans Peak, towering nearly 11,000 feet, frames the valley, a consistent backdrop to this summer and winter playground. At its base, Steamboat Lake and Pearl Lake State Parks are popular fishing holes both from the shore or on the water. They feature modern boat ramps, miles of developed hiking trails through sage, quaking aspen, and lodgepole pine forests, and year-round campsites offering a scenic getaway for visitors and locals alike, including the Pritchard family of Steamboat Springs.
We love the mountains. It's just so peaceful and quiet. We come up quite a bit, and it's probably one of our favorite local spots. We like to bike, run, hike, fish, you name it. We're up here doing it.
The pristine lakes draw kayakers, paddleboards, all kinds of water sports. Back in town, Steamboat retains its Old West charm. And even if you're not shopping, stop by FM Light's department store and check out the miles of boots and scads of hats and other appropriate togs. It all adds up to a relaxing getaway. Reece Stein with Marianne along the way in Steamboat Springs, Colorado.
Hey everybody, welcome back. You know, I'm still here at this show up here at Plains and Horsepower, and I'm joined by Sierra Lancaster, and she's the owner of Prima Detailing, and you are a very well-known automotive detailer.
Yeah, I have a good reputation in the state of Utah, and I've been running my own business for a little over 3 years now. There's processes called paint correction.
Okay.
So basically removing all the minor, surface scratching that happens after dusting down, driving down the road. Ceramic coatings are also an awesome option for adding a ton of gloss. I did take some paint measurements on it, so I got the thickness of the paint.
You can tell me how thick the paint is.
Yeah, from the top surface and then all the way down to the metal.
Wow.
So it gives you...
No kidding. Now, how do you do that? Is that just what do you do? Just touch it and or do you actually have something to do this?
No.
Are you like the paint whisperer?
Kinda, sorta. But there's a device, it's a paint meter.
Really?
And it's basically got a little probe, and you set it down on the paint and it tells you how many mils thick. So overall, just give the car a wash. Washing top to bottom is a helpful tip to avoid, some of those surface scratches.
Okay.
Making sure that the glass doesn't have any smudges or streaks. Wheels.
Wheels and tires, yes.
Wheels and tires. Any sort of accent pieces, so like badges and trim.
Sure.
Professional detailing, you're going in with a fine...
with a fine brush, really, and you're getting all that stuff
all
out of those tiny little nooks.
Yeah,
yes,
for
exactly,
sure.
right.
And then the other thing with car show prep, engine bay. Engine bay is
Engine bay is a big factor, and that's
Yeah.
probably one of the tougher ones, right?
Yeah, it's time consuming, especially on older cars.
You're looking like for the swirls and
Yeah.
those sort of imperfections
So
like
you
that?
could see like the striping in the sun.
Okay,
like
yeah, I do
and
see
it's from
that.
a rotary polisher.
Okay.
So there's two different types of machine movements.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll go in with a DA polisher, dual action.
Okay. Yeah.
Just very light polish, and it will pull up all these light surface scratches and swirls,
Okay.
and leave it super, super glossy.
I'm convinced. You know what you're doing with this stuff. This is gonna look real good, but I think you're gonna have to do the whole car.
Yay.
The hood
That's
is
the
good,
goal.
yeah, right?
That's
okay.
the goal.
She got me right in. Look, I'm telling you, this young lady right here knows how to polish her vehicle. She's gonna do the rest of mine, so when you see this thing, it's gonna look fantastic. How do we find you?
So you can Google Prima Detailing.
Uh-huh.
I'll come up, call or text. I'm also on Instagram.
Okay, cool.
If you try calling me and I don't answer, send me a text. I'm probably running a machine or a pressure washer or something.
She's probably busy doing her detailing. Well, I'll tell you what, she's fantastic. I am looking forward to getting back to this show. I'm going to win an award now. Hey, everybody.
Yep.
More at your leisure in a moment.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're here at Planes and Horsepower, and the horsepower cars are pretty cool, but the old vintage planes are amazing. This is crazy.
This is like a piece of history. And we have the privilege of sitting, and you're sitting left seat. So you are PIC, pilot in command right now.
Okay.
Can you imagine going back in the day and flying this vintage PV-2 Harpoon aircraft was used to patrol for submarines. And they would
Scary.
actually drop torpedoes to go after the submarines. Now, we've got machine guns pointing right out the front, machine guns in the top turret, and out the tail. Can you imagine flying this thing in the day in real combat? Wouldn't that be cool?
No.
I'm excited.
I'd be scared.
Well, I'm like chomping at the bit, you know, I'm ready to go, sign me up. You know, this is absolutely cool, and you'll see more of this aircraft at the Vintage Aviation Museum because it's gonna end up down in Spanish Fork, even though today we're in Heber. But you know what? There is so much more of this show. Check out some of these cool aircraft.
This is the Commemorative Air Force. We are a nonprofit organization based out of Dallas, Texas. This is the Utah wing. There are several units across the U.S. and a few other countries. But here in Utah, we're completely volunteer. We are dedicated to preserving World War II aviation history. And we have many artifacts and character exhibits here that help connect with World War II and some very significant events in the world's history. And even here in Utah, there are very unique ties to World War II here in Utah.
There's a lot of stuff in here that has seen combat. For example, there's a B-17 piston back here that's got some battle damage on it. It's one of the favorite things we like to point out. So, and then we have airworthy aircraft here as well. So, two World War II trainers.
We've got a T-6 that was the advanced trainer for fighter pilots. We have a Stearman that was the primary trainer for all pilots, not only fighter pilots, but also bombers.
The museum here is pretty cool, and it's right here at Heber Airport.
It is. That is just cool. It's so wonderful to come up here and see that kind of history.
Yeah, a lot of
just
history there.
right here. And up in the Heber Valley, it's beautiful up here anyway. And speaking of beautiful, look at this little biplane behind us. The keys are sitting in it. I'm telling you, all sitting back, you sit in the front. Look, it's just like riding in a convertible car.
No.
It's just like going in a convertible. Just let your hair just go.
No.
You sitting back, I'll sit in front?
No.
You can fly it from either one.
You're
just
not,
simple
you're,
joystick.
No,
just
you're
grab
not
it.
even flying it. No.
Oh, come on. I'm
It's
chomping at the bit.
Old.
He said I could.
Like you.
That makes it reliable. That makes it reliable. That's exactly what it is. It's reliable because of the age, like me. Anyway, look, I'm going to talk her into it. We're going. In the meantime, you guys check out story number 2. Come on, just get in the back. Yeah, just do it.
No,
it's not going to hurt.
Here we are on top of the world. I'm Brett Hermanson. We're out here looking down on Fish Lake from this big cliff. I don't want to take a step back at all because it drops. We're on the Rocky Mountain ATV jamboree out of Richfield. We're with a whole bunch of people from all over the country. This has been a great trail. We came out of Richfield. We're gonna do about 120 something miles today. So it is quite a ride.
Rocky Mountain ATV Jamboree was started, 37 years ago. I was on the original start of it. Also, I'm on the Paiute Trail Committee, and we oversee the whole Paiute, the Great Gooseberry, the Great Western, and the Parker Mountain Trail, which is a new trail system. 539 miles of trails that we just added onto their system.
We've been on several ATV rallies in Utah, and this is our second time for this one here. But boy, this is the big one, and it's fun. A lot of people. It's a great time.
Cold, but it's been fun. Nice to see snow. We never see snow that much in California. It's nice to see the same people that we've seen before, and we all remember each other and have a great time.
I think it's important for people to realize that there are a lot of OHV and ATV clubs out there. And those are great resources. You get to learn new trails, ride with new people, make new friends. So if you aren't a part of an ATV or an OHV club, get out there and sign up. Almost every community in the area has one.
Yeah, we started out just in a car, and then we ended up with motorcycles and a Toyota pickup truck, and then a Jeep, and then a 570 Polaris, and then we just kind of moved up until we got this Pro XP. I don't know if we're going any further though. It's about as big as we want to get.
We're above 11,000 feet and freezing our hind ends off. Apparently it snowed here this morning because we got remnants of snow. Looks like everyone's leaving us though. So we better get moving along so we can catch up to them.
The Jamboree is just a lot of fun. It's a good place to learn new areas to go riding. That was the purpose of the Jamborees when we started it, was to bring people in, show them what we had. We're proud of the Paiute Trail System and what it represents. And we work every month. We meet with the Forest Service, the BLM, the state parks, and we plan what we're going to do on the trail system. The picnic tables, the kiosks, the mapping.
We are on the State OHV Advisory Council. Fred is the ATV safety representative, and I'm the ATV representative. We're the ones that give out grants to people for trail maintenance, trail creation, access protection, all that sort of good stuff. So we love being out here on the trail. We love being part of all of the different jamborees.
You can't get this kind of experience in California. This is just fantastic. You know, just to see all this beauty and just to be able to drive all these miles. In California, there's too many restrictions, so it's a little tougher to do that. But out here in Utah, the scenery is much better and the people are really friendly. And you know, it's just like we come back 3 or 4 times or more a year. So it's just a big, happy experience for us. Nothing like it.
That is so cool.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure.
Whoa.
What are you doing? It's
I'm flying the airplane.
It's picture time.
What? Already?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, I guess I better get to that, but don't tell anybody. Don't tell him I'm still in here. I swear, all I gotta do is fire it up and I can go. Hey, while I sneak this thing away, you guys check out next week's show. Next week, Kurt Miles and Jake Anderson are back to show off one adrenaline-filled side-by-side event that is going to get them off the rocks and into the dirt as they find their need for speed. Then we're getting out on the Wasatch Front as we spend the morning hiking with a well-known photographer to catch a glimpse of the sunrise cascading over the fall foliage. Finally, we're hitting the road with Stedman's Recreation as they help us host our annual Red, White, and Road motorcycle ride down in Torrey, Utah. Now let's take a look at our calendar of events. First up, October 1st through the 4th is the Beaver County ATV Jamboree, which is a great way to wind down the summer riding at one of the most popular OHV events in the state. Visit ramblersutah.com to register today. Then October 2nd through the 6th is the Firebird Raceway Halloween Classic in Boise, Idaho, which is a great way to see some fast-paced, high-adrenaline racing. I can't wait to hit the track, so we'll see you there. And don't forget to visit our events page at ayltv.com to stay up to date on all the great jamborees and off-road events that will be happening through the remainder of the year. Hey everybody, we have had a wonderful time today at the Planes and Horsepower event. This has been a bucket list for me, so I'm glad that we made it up at the Commemorative Air Force Museum up here at the beautiful Heber Airport. And you know what? This usually happens the first week of August, but this year it got delayed a little bit, so always look forward about then. I know that we're going to be back, and we've got the Battling Betties here with us. Look at them. Aren't they dressed appropriately for this? Tell us a little bit about you guys.
So the Battling Betties are a nonprofit organization that support our military and first responders, raising awareness about PTSD and suicide prevention. We always dress in the styles of the 40s and 50s wherever we go because it reminds people of when our country was more patriotic and supported our military.
Exactly, and unified, just the way we all should be.
Yes.
I thank all of you. It's so cool. It's wonderful. You fit this appropriately.
Yes.
Thank you.
I love it. So we're going to remind all of you that there are adventures around every single bend.
So you get off your couch and create your own adventure.
At your leisure. Yeah! Woo! Let's go flying. I know there's another plane with some keys in it, you know. We'll jump in this one. I know we can.